Hey, what's up guys? Joe here, coming at you today with a quick segment on Go Wipe versus the HPBB, the healers, PEKKA, bowlers, and baby dragons. Actually could be considered an alternate for those of you that have really come up on the Go Wipe and has really been like a solidified area that you've kind of hung out in a comfort zone and you just don't want to get out of it. I mean, we show a lot of air attacks, and if you guys are watching this, you've all been there. I was there once myself. I mean, back in the day, about 2 years ago, you could easily look up a video for Galadon, and I think Galadon's video was like the biggest one for Go Wipe, and that was back when you were 2-starring Town Hall 10. That's when Town Hall 11 didn't even exist. Believe it or not, this attack strategy has like survived the test of time, believe it or not, and is still really big across many players at Town Hall 9 and above. I'm in a smaller clan, North Shields, and Skittles here, she's been using this attack strategy, and after talking with her, she just didn't want to leave her comfort zone, and it was pretty standard composition, 2 to 3 golems, 3 PEKKAs, about 18 wizards, so a whole mess of wizards when you only really need about 5 or 6 to set the funnel. But either way, the thing about Go Wipe is that it still does unfortunately work, believe it or not, on these lower bases, and then I actually do it later on in this video myself just to kind of try to prove a point, but I ended up being a little bit more successful than I thought I would be. So before you judge it, before you knock it, you got to know how to use the composition, and it's not going to work on every single base. You guys are watching this video because you were curious of what Go Wipe versus HPBB was. And honestly, if you are a valid or a consistent Go Wipe user, you could easily make the transition to using the HPBB. And the best part about the HPBB is that you don't need really high heroes. Heck, the heroes aren't even really playing a significant role in the attack strategy anyways. So as this one wraps up, Skittles actually comes up a little bit short. And this is one of those things with the Go Wipe that is just pretty standard across the board, is that if you don't set the funnel or set the location for the troops to go in, PEKKA kicks outside. It's just one of those attack strategies that you just don't have a whole lot of control over. So what I'm going to do for you really quick is I'm going to plan a Go Wipe and test it out and do one myself. I haven't done one in years, so hopefully I can be quite successful. We're going to do it on the V2 account where we have level 30 King and Queen, and I'll show you what the results are there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a Go Wipe attack strategy and attempt for 3 stars. This is one of my own bases versus SargTrain, so it's about equal to a Town Hall 9 base. No additional defenses have been added. I come in from the southeast and I move in a northwestern pattern up the base, mainly because there's an archer queen here and not a lot of defensives down here. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get it rolling, and I come in with my 4 earthquake spells first to open up the base. This is actually a composition I got from Skittles. It's like 3 golems, 2 or 3 PEKKAs, 18 wizards, a whole mass group of wizards. But anyways, nothing for the back end of the attack. So I start out with a couple of wizards up here to take out the structures here and then down in the south as well, and this wizard will go after that, dropping the golem to tank for these defenses here and following it up with wizards. This golem here is for these defenses down here as well as the heroes. So anyways, following it up with wizards and allowing the wizards to work. Notice I don't start out with the PEKKAs. I let the PEKKAs hang on to the PEKKAs, and then I drop my max level golem to target from the clan castle to target this cannon here while I get my wall breakers in. So everything is targeting this max golem and allowing my wall breakers to open the compartment. So following it up with wizards, letting the wizards to take care of the barbarian king in the south, and then dropping my own heroes. So the Go Wipe strategy is really just allowing the golems to tank for the large group of wizards and PEKKA, and then also allowing the heroes to work as well. So as we continue to move, we've drawn the clan castle. Everything is moving into the base. None of the PEKKAs kicked outside because there was a nice funnel for them to go directly into the base. So anyways, everything is focused in on the enemy clan castle troops, which are fine, and we use the rage spell to rage up the wizards and allowing the golems to continue to proceed into the base. So at this point, we have golems going into double giant bombs locations. This is an older base design, nothing special here. At the same time, I'll start dropping wizards up here in the north to take out these junk trash structures to keep my P.E.K.K.A.s in the base and proceeding. So at this point, we have used the Barbarian King's Iron Fist ability, and we're using a heal spell to keep the P.E.K.K.A.'s health up as they transition into a heavier, dense area full of Tesla farm. Down in the south, we have a couple of Golemites tanking for the Wizards. Wizards get taken out by a double giant bomb location in the south, and then we have a couple of Wizards taking out structures up in the north to hopefully keep the P.E.K.K.A. in the base. The problem here is that with the go wipe strategy, there is just no control over the attack. Once the troops are down on the map, you can't bring them back. They're going to do what they do, and sometimes it becomes a time issue or even a funneling issue by your P.E.K.K.A.s going on the outsides of the base, and then you're really just hoping for the tanking of the golems, but eventually the golems tank eventually does run out. So either way, we have basically overpowered the base by, I don't know, proper troop placement. I made it look easier than what I would have done 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I would have been on your guys' level by just spamming the troops and hoping for the best. In this attack right here, I made it look a little bit easier by having a little bit better control over the attack. So I guess this would be a proper way to go wipe if I were to do it, although a lot of bases nowadays just don't support it. But anyways, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there and move into the next attack strategy. Alright, so that definitely went a lot smoother than I thought it would go. Moved right through the base very easily. I didn't expect it to go as well as it did. It was literally the first time I had done a go wipe in probably 2 years, like I've said multiple times. But anyways, the moral of the story here is that we're going to take a look at the HPBB. I do a planning session with the HPBB. And then what I'm going to show you is that Skittles herself, she had been working on it prior to the next war. And then she actually goes in and gets a 6-pack, 6 stars, 2 different attacks of the same attack strategy. So even in transition of coming out of her comfort zone, she was able to put forth a great effort and use the healers, P.E.K.K.A.s, bowlers, and baby dragons, and gain a little bit more control and learn the attack in transition in the middle of another war. So let's go ahead and take a look at the HPBB. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at an alternative, what I feel is an alternative to go wipe. If you're not good with wall breakers, this is perfect for you. Basically, it's 3 P.E.K.K.A.s, 4 healers, can be adjusted to fit your needs. Then a large group of baby dragons, a couple of wizards. It depends on what you want to do. So anyways, looking at this base, we're going to bring in some baby dragons to start the funneling process. The baby dragons first, dropping in the north and then taking out a couple of structures here, here, and here. Now the idea is to leave these 2 or 3 structures here for the P.E.K.K.A. That way they fixate on those structures and not kick on the outside. So you got to let the baby dragons work. And then at that point, then the P.E.K.K.A. will target on the insides of the base. So you see I'm patient. I'm allowing the baby dragons to take out the structures. I'm not really stressing the archer tower. The archer tower is not going to do a whole lot of damage. The air defense up in the north will take out the baby dragon. But at this point, I drop all 3 P.E.K.K.A. in one position and then follow it up with the healers. Now you have to pay attention to the air defense's range. You don't want to go into a really close air defense and try to do this. Following it up with the Barbarian King. The Barbarian King kind of justifies where the bowlers are going to go. Most of the time, if he targets something inside of a compartment, everything else is going to follow him. Pre-stage my poison spells because I know once they pass the town hall, they're going to trigger the clan castle, and then I drop the bowlers. So at this point, we got the P.E.K.K.A.s targeting the healer, or the Archer Queen and the Barbarian King. Bowlers are into the base, and then everything's going to just kind of go into a mass group here and start getting healed by the healers. The bowlers do take out the air defense on the opposite side of the compartment, and then they move into the second compartment. It's basically the P.E.K.K.A.s push their way through the base, taking out the walls along the way. You will lose bowlers if you don't have healer coverage on them. Sometimes the bowlers will split, or in this case, the Archer Queen does split from the rest of the group, and then everything else kind of moves down here. Now, what about structures back here in the back? That's what you have extra baby dragons for. Send the baby dragons after these structures. In this case here, we had the wizard walk his way around and take out the last structure, and then we have baby dragons on the back end of the attack taking out structures as the P.E.K.K.A. move through the base. the idea here is to use your baby dragons to get rid of the trash structures on the outsides of the base to keep the P.E.K.K.A moving through the base. So I send one of my last baby dragons to take care of that wizard tower that was over here in the east, and then everything is kind of grouped up over here in the far west, moving north into the final compartment. They do this a lot faster than the Go Wipes time. This was actually a quicker time than the previous attack. I dropped the last remaining baby dragon up in the north to start taking out these remaining structures on the outsides of the base while the P.E.K.K.A are inside the base, and then I use the Barbarian King's Iron Fist ability to finish it up and finish out the attack. So this is a great alternative for you guys looking to get away from Go Wipe. And also, if you're not really good with wall breakers and patience, something to test out and try for yourself. Okay, so we pretty much got a generalized idea on how to use the HPBB. It's really patience. Now here's the most exciting part about this. If you made it this part of the video, Skittles actually picks it up and does it twice in the war, like I said before. And it's not exactly as, glorious as how I made it look in the previous display. However, you got to remember, it's new. She's out of her comfort zone, and she comes in with the baby dragons, takes on that low-level queen very easily, and then starts out with the P.E.K.K.A. So you got to understand, it takes practice. But if she's coming out of her comfort zone here, dropping her P.E.K.K.As, getting her healers down. Barbarian King kicks it to the outside because it wasn't a wide enough funnel, not enough baby dragons to take care of structures and send the bowlers directly into the base and the Barbarian King. So the Barbarian King stays outside, and the bowlers kick outside. Now there's clearly giants in the clan castle, not exactly your strongest clan castle troops, but this is literally the next war. So the next war after Skittles is doing Go Wipe, she's in there doing the HPBB and doing quite well so far. Some of the bowlers stayed outside, some of them went inside. She's using a heal spell in conjunction with the healers, a little bit of redundancy there. But when you look at it right here, the healers are healing up both the bowlers and the P.E.K.K.As here, healing up the group until the bowlers split like they just did. But either way, once the air defenses go down, the bowlers take care of the air defenses. The only thing you really have to worry about with the healers is the seeking air mines, taking them out one by one. But other than that, if you get the bowlers and the group, the heroes, to stay together, they will take out the defenses or the air defenses ahead. So clearly we've lost all of our healers there, but this is the best part, is even though we've lost our healers, Skittles has continued to move the attack through transition. She's got Baby Dragon on the board, helping take out a Barbarian King, and also assisting with taking out the remaining structures down the south. The Archer Queen follows it up and takes care of the air defense. So again, she doesn't make it look as pretty, however, she's still learning it, and that's the best part, is this is an easily transitionable attack strategy for those of you that use Go Wipe, and she made it look quite successful by being able to complete it for the 3-star. So as these P.E.K.K.As round the rest of this base, they will take down this elixir storage, take down this cannon, and take down the mortar. So hopefully you get something out of this video. Hopefully you were able to pick something up, maybe transition out of the Go Wipe stage, or even see how to do it a little bit better than how you're doing it now. Drop some comments below and let me know if this helped you out a little bit, and thanks for watching, guys.